Hello, all my wonderful and creative humans. Today I'm here because I have some goodies we received from Wiskf. They are a bag company and they contacted me and asked me if I would like to show some of their bags on my channel. And frankly, as I've told you before, I will always show us new things and bring us discounts when I can, which we also have for this. The discount code for bags is Pixies 05 off to get 5% off your bags, and I will leave that in the description for you when I'm done making the video. But for now, I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to show you how I would pack for taking my coloring with me on a trip. Because I do travel a bit with my coloring and it has become kind of a routine. I don't really think about it when I'm home. I have it stacked in a pile on my desk in a drawer. And when I go to leave, I just grab any bag and throw it in there. But now I have a designated bag just for my traveling. So they sent me 3 bags that I got to pick. And the first bag I picked was for my supplies. And it was this one. I have removed all the packaging so we don't have to deal with the noise. But I picked this one. I was in the middle of a Starry Night diamond painting. And with this cat, it was just so crazy. I loved it. So I picked this up, and we have a loop on the side. I'm thinking about putting one of my cool keychains on it because it'll make me happy. And it's a zippered closure. It's got rounded corners on the bottom. And inside, it's got a layer of foam between the inside and outside layers. And it's well stitched together, and it's got like a nylon inside, and the outside feels like a cottony type of fabric, maybe rayon. But yeah, so it's got no gusset at the bottom, so it's just a flat bag. And we're going to go ahead and get started filling it up. And then I will show you the travel bag I got to carry everything in and the other bag that I got that is not coloring related. So, like I said, I keep everything in a drawer ready to go. I just open the drawer and kind of dump it into a bag. But I thought maybe you'd like to see what that is that I bring and, see how I pack for it. So the first thing I always bring is Tombow water-based colorless blender for blending things in my books or using it with my pencils. And then I also bring Prismacolor blenders. I have 2 because one, as you can see, is in a pencil extender. So I like to have backups. Then I bring Jelly Roll and a Posca pen. Both of these I bring because sometimes a Posca pen works better, sometimes a Jelly Roll works better, but I always like to have something to do white work on my pages. I don't bring like a lot of glitters or stickles or anything like that because of drying times, so I'll do things like that when I get home, but I do bring the Jelly Roll Stardust in the plain color because it is something glittery, and that sometimes is just enough. Next up, I have my extensive eraser collection. And I do actually like to have all 3 of these all the time. So first, I have this one, which is a Stettler Mars plastic. And it is a larger diameter circle. I hope that's kind of visible. And it just kind of, you pull it up and down with this little slider bar. And I do love having that. My other one is a Tombow Mono Zero elastomer eraser. And this one has a very smaller diameter nib on it. And this one you push up, which I'm not going to do because you cannot push it back down. So I have that one. And then I just have a regular old eraser. And that gives me 3 options when trying to erase things. Sometimes I make a background. I use the erasers to add to the background. So I like to have those. I bring an extra pencil extender in case my extender wears, or one of my pencils wears down while I'm out. I also bring a black Sharpie because I don't go anywhere without one. If I'm doing single-sided papers or pages, I like to use a Sharpie for backgrounds, either to draw my lines on or just to black out the whole thing. But then I also bring a 6-inch ruler because it's better than none. And I bring a mechanical pencil because I will never leave home without a pencil. And then I bring a self-contained, oh, that was close. I bring a self-contained sharpener, and this one is the Uli Mighty Sharpener. On one side, we have an opener, and it shows you which nib or which size you're going to get your pencil. And there we go. So you can use fat pencils or regular pencils, but we have 2 different sharpening styles for our regular size pencils. And on the other side is where you open it just to empty it. And so that is what I generally pack in my accessories bag. I guess that's what we'll call it. And like I said, I am going to add some sort of keychain here. I have a bunch of cat ones. I think I have a bunch of blue ones. I have a bunch of like just stuff that I always have. So I want to add something to this to personalize it, or maybe put some pins on it. Who knows? I'm going to do something with that. Anyway, okay. So now I'm going to show you the bag they sent to put all my stuff into. And I did pick all these out. They have a ton of stuff you could look through. I highly recommend checking it out. Everything was a very good quality. I haven't had any problems with anything. But this is the bag I picked. Again, we're kind of following a theme. We've got our cats. And I turned this over, but this is the entire bag here. And I know I can't show it to you in the screen, but it will carry plenty of books, and I will show you in a moment. But I think the word is gusseted. It has a gusset at the bottom so that it is not a flat bag. So that when I put my books in there, it will lay flat. I like that a lot. It has a gray handle. And then the top of the bag has a zipper. And this again feels like a cotton rayon material. It is not quilted. It is just that layer of material. And then the inside, which feels like a nylon in brown, which I'm not a fan of the inside color, but it doesn't really matter. And it doesn't come all the way up to the edges. The edges are the gray. So really, it's not a big deal. And then it has an inside pocket here if there was anything you wanted to add to that. So for now, I'm going to turn the bag sideways and then just get like some books. Pretend I'm going away today because I am not. So I just pulled some books from my shelf, and I know like I'd be curious what books they were, so I'll just tell you what I've got. It's Cute Monsters, which is one of my project books. Pastel Goth, which is another project book. Bunno and Mousie's Kawaii Adventures. Teacup Kawaii and Kawaii Beginner. Now these are all, well, some of them are smaller, but most of them are your standard 8.5 by 11. And I'm just going to put those in the bag so we have them, and there is plenty of room. I will show you what it looks like on the inside in just a moment. I also wanted to grab a big square that most of us know. It's a Secret Garden, and we're going to put that in there too because there is plenty of room on the sides for that as well. It's quite spacious inside the bag. And then some other stuff I would be bringing with me would be my sketchbook, because I don't like to leave home without it in case I feel the need to do something. My coloring planner, and I'm actually going to stick that in that inside pocket because I can. And then I would bring pencils because that's usually what I travel with instead of markers. It's just easier for me. But I usually bring a cheap set, which these are my praying pencils, so they're quite cheap. Normally, I would zip up all of these zippers, but because it's just demonstration and not actual movement, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to put them back on the shelf, and I don't feel like unzipping them after I do that. The next thing I'm going to pack in is my accessories bag, which we just kitted out. And then I'm going to kind of lift this up and show you the inside of the bag. So like I said, we've got your standard 8.5 by 11s here. And I've got about 2 or 3 inches from them to the top of the book, or top of the bag. And then I use the little inside pocket just to put my coloring journal in because it's a very tiny one. But as you can see, everything fits in there nice and neat. And then it would stand up if it wasn't in the way of the camera. But it's all set and ready to go. So now I have like an entire project bag kitted out, ready to leave. All I have to do is zip up the top. Again, plenty of room. And give it to David, and he would take it out of the house for me, and I'd be done. Also, I'm going to go ahead and show you the last bag. Like I said, it's not coloring related. But oh my goodness, it is the cutest thing. And if you're any kind of a gamer, you'll probably love it. But I got this really cute Kirby bag with his little tiny feet. Look at him. He's too cute. Look at these little poles. They're adorable. I have a switch and a switch light. And honestly, I have cases for both, and they're Animal Crossing related, so I really don't need a game case, but I just thought this bag was so cute. So I think it's going to wind up being a makeup bag or just another stash bag for things I might want to bring with me. Like, say I do actually want to bring markers, this might be a place I can put them. So it could wind up being a coloring related bag. And if I did put markers in here, it would still fit in that travel bag that I just showed you as well. So these are the bags I got from Wiskf. And our code is Pixies05 off to get you 5% off any bags on the website, which I hope you go check out because there were some really interesting designs on there. Everything that I bought will be listed below with a link, but obviously you should check it out yourself because you may not want what I bought. But yeah, the site was really interesting. I enjoyed seeing a lot of the bags, and I did have an actual hard time picking out which ones I wanted because there were so many cute choices. So until next time, my friends, you can find all the links for what I purchased below, and I will see you in the next video. Have a colorful day. Bye.